Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Goita therapy. Though it is spelled as Vojita therapy, but it is pronounced as Voita therapy. Voita therapy is a dynamic neuromuscular treatment method based on the developmental kinesiology and principles of reflex locomotion. In the year 50, in Czechoslovakia, Black Voita, neurologist concerned by the motor rehabilitation, began the long way from the first empirical attempts to the current therapeutic concepts. Usually, it is based, Voita therapy is based on the dynamic neuromuscular treatment. Here, there will be movements, okay, which are considered as reflex locomotions. This evolution has continued in Germany, where Voita had immigrated in 1968 from Munich. An international system of collaboration and formation has gradually developed in Europe and in the whole world. So basically, it is developed in 1968 after Voita has emigrated to the Germany from Czechoslovakia. Ideology: the physiotherapy, according to Voita, is based on the notions of reflex locomotion and pathing, forcing a neuronal way. Voita has described motor global behaviors or patterns activated with the spastic patients by realizing movements against resistance. Sorry. Activated with the spastic patients by realizing movements against resistance in the axial region of the body, trunk, head, hip, or shoulder key articulations, appeared particular muscular synergisms propagated to the rest of the body. See, Boita, what he actually tells is we have various behaviors or patterns which can be identified by various regions of the body, like your trunk, head, hip joint, shoulder. These are main joints, and these joints will go into particular muscular synergies, the synergies, and they when they are stimulated or activated, they propagate to the rest of the body. The kinesiologic content of the pattern varied according to the initial posture, that is the starting position, but the phenomenon appeared organized and repetitive. See the how the baby responds, or how what type of reflex reaction you get. It depends on the starting position of the baby, that is the initial posture. But the phenomenon is organized and repetitive in whatever the position we place. But the actions that the responses that come will be will be in an organized way, and then repetitive again and again. Same responses will be coming. It is presented especially a reciprocal character, such as can be found in different forms of locomotion. The analysis of these muscular activities has shown that they were elements of a combination clearly devoted to locomotion. The observation of these movements against resistance by the fixed spastic patient announced the discovery of innate and global locomotor systems, the reflex creeping and reflex rolling. Basically, there are two concepts here in Voita. One is reflex creeping and one is reflex rolling, and these are seen in the spastic type of cerebral palsy kids. You can even use this in adult and hemiplegics also, but basically this is meant for pediatric spastic cases. The reflex locomotion is used since 1959 for the treatment of the child motor disorders. It was later used for babies to prevent the installation of these disorders. Reflex locomotion patterns, reflex creeping, and reflex rolling are global. During these activities, Global in the sense the whole body is involved. Reflex creeping and reflex glow when the baby is using the reflex locomotion patterns, that is reflex creeping or reflex probing, the whole body is involved. During these activities, the totality of the musculature is activated according to coordinated mode. The different levels of the CNS are concerned by this activation. The reflex locomotion is provoked by the specific stimulation pressures applied on the defined zones. See, we have previous slide I have told there are some what do you call key factors like trunk, head, hip, and shoulder. Okay, so here what they are telling is when you apply pressure, specific stimulations at specific defined zones, different levels of CNS are stimulated. See, this is the starting position of the reflex creeping and general situation of the zones. What are this is the face side, this is the nape side, or that means nape means occipital side. Suppose when you lie down a baby in this way, now what are the areas that are to be activated? One on the face side limb, you will be putting pressure on the epicondyle and the scapula. This is in the prone position. The baby is in the prone position, face and occiput this side. Base of the scapula, you can apply pressure. Epicondyle, middle epicondyle of the humerus. Then ASIS, anterior superior iliac spine. Medial femoral epicondyle, gluteus, trunk on the ribs, calcaneum. Nape side matlab this is occiput side. And acromion. This is another zone. So you make the baby lie on the prone position like this. Then you are going to apply pressure slowly on the medial epicondyle of the humerus, on the scapula border, inferior angle, on the ribs, on the acromion process, on the wrist points, gluteal region, ASIS, middle epicondyle of the femur, and the calcaneum. The head position determines the position of the limbs different to the face side and to the nape side. The reflex creeping appears from two opposite start positions called reciprocal positions. Each zone is therefore bilateral and the therapist has once disposable 18 access points to the afferent nervous system, which includes proprioceptors, exteroceptors, and connective tissue that can be used in the infinity of combinations. Defined pressure directions are applied on one or several zones during the stimulation. The therapist must be able to control the position of the baby. See, when you apply pressure, the baby suddenly gets a movement. You have to resist that movement. That is very important here. How you have to resist the movement, you should not allow the movement to come. You can use your abdomen, you can use your foramen, you can use your knees to control the movement. The movement should be controlled and the stimulation should be going on. During the stimulation, the therapist must be able to control the position of the patient and to apply if he wishes it. A continuous resistance provoked motor answering. In order to achieve this, the therapist may use different parts of his own body, abdomen, forearm, knees, etc. Now, direction of motor answering composing the reflex creeping pattern. See, we go in the diagonal way. Here you can see the diagonal way. This is the face side and this is the nape side. Push against resistance. Ask the patient, make the baby to push against the resistance, the limb, and support the elbow. Isometric activity, diagonally. Then lateral step of the limb, phasic activity, lateral step of the limb, phasic activity. When you resist these two movements, these two limbs will start moving. This is called reflex creeping. Creep, how the baby will creep. The phasic movements of the limbs, visible displacement of corporal segments, and the head rotation are conditioned by active creation of fixed points at the extremities of support diagonal, face, elbow, and nape heel. Face to elbow and nape to the heel. Diagonal patterns you will be using. Therapist, face, elbow, nape, heel. The therapist has to be very attentive to this point. The isometric motor activity of this diagonal includes a finely differentiated work of vertebral muscles and the limb roots. The coordination of the anti-gravitic muscular activity of the vertebral alignment of the opposite rotation between the pelvis and shoulder belts of the muscular contractions that radiate to the extremities of the limbs belong to the patterns of superior human locomotion. Full direction of the muscular chains during the reflex creeping. The active creation of peripheral fixed points enable the muscular organization in oblique chains that exert tractions on the bone levers according to differentiated directions. So the active creation of various the joints, the four major joints that we have discussed before, will help to pulling up the oblique pulling up the muscles over the vertebral column and other bone levers in various differentiated directions. Isotonic chains have a phasic mission and determine segmental motions. Isometric chains are devoted to the stabilization and govern the emergence of the anti-gravitic and locomotor function. The convergence place of these muscular chains is the spine and especially the dorso-lumbar transition. Clinical implementation. The physiotherapy, according to Vojta, consists of activating complex neurovegetative, sensory, and motor reactions that can begin locally, then radiate to vaster corporal territories or to the totality of the body. That means it starts at the center and it spreads peripherally. The starting point of reactions can vary in the course of time with the same patient and from patient to the patient. So this is one case which we are dealing. This is how we will be applying pressure on various parts. This is the diagonal application. This is also a diagonal application. I'll show you some videos of reflex creeping. Exercise 1. Vojta therapy, exercise 1 we will see now. See, when you are pressing on the trunk, the same side limb is raising up. Let's see again. When you are pressing on the rib, see the movement of the limbs. Turn the baby to the other side, and same way you stimulate the point, the limbs are lifted. Then we will teach the rollover. The next exercise number 2. Here you are pressing the hip bone and wrist also. Shoulder blade is also stimulated here. Head holding is also arrived. See how the head holding is coming. And then the baby will roll over. Let's see again. Exercise 2. See how he is trying to lift up and go for a rotation. So the baby who cannot roll over, you can use this technique. Next we go for exercise number 3. Wait at 3. Now here you will see that how to resist the reflex movements. Here we are stimulating the ASIS and the trunk and the medial epicondyle of the femur. Wrist is also stimulated. You can use this in spinal cord injury cases, stroke cases. See the reflex pattern movement. See how this limb is getting lifted up. Calcaneum is stimulated, wrist, middle epicondyle of the femur, ASIS, and then the trunk and the occiput. The middle epicondyle of the humerus is also stimulated. See, slowly the limb is getting reflexly lifted up. Go. See how the patient was able to lift the limbs. Now they're stimulating the scapula. So that's about uh, Vita therapy. For today, we will end up the class. Okay. Only we have one topic left over. Hello, Dr. Hina.